Hi, I'm David Marsh, and one of the thoughts I have too when it comes to developing a total swimming experience is, we're so used to swimming in the still water of a pool that I think sometimes you take athletes, you put them in different environments. I think it can really help them to understand the overall aquatic experience. We're taking these land athletes and then turning them into aquatic athletes, and when you're looking at an opportunity like with an endless pool, the water is moving, and that moving water can really help the athlete to experience a sensation that they never get in still water. The ocean is much the same way. So a lot of swimmers will use the ocean waves to really learn how to feel the water when their body's surfing. Aaron Pearsall, Dana Vollmer, they talk about how they use that to experience the energy of the ocean and understand the power that's in the water. Well, the same thing here, to move a big body of water like the endless pool does, allows for an athlete to have a whole new and different and exciting experience. What do you see as you look at her swimming breaststroke in your coach's eye? Jeff, you can come over here and help me out with this too. And as you study what she's doing, looking head on, I can see some things right now that I probably want to work on. I'm going to slow it down a little bit now and see if she does some correcting on her own as we slow it down. Okay, we slowed it down. When we slow it down, she should start stretching it out more. You should see her upper back come up a little bit when she just takes a little more time to glide. So that's the first instruction we do, is just tell her to glide more between the strokes. I need a bopper to stop her. Okay, all right. So now it's moving a lot slower, so you can actually take less strokes. So the difference between a 200 breaststroke and a 50 breaststroke is mostly how long you ride your line and glide. So with the slower speed here, I want you to just do one stroke, ride your line and press out. When you do that, your lower back's going to come up a little higher toward the surface. And I'm saying what I'm expecting her to do because in her subconscious mind, she's saying that to herself. So when I'm saying stretch, she'll actually do that a little bit better, more than likely. We'll just watch here. So take more, ride your line longer between strokes. You got a good stroke. There we go. Now you see how overall she's come up a little bit. She's actually dropping down some. And now she's starting to speed up. She's going toward her instincts. So I think what you look at with the younger swimmers, how old are you? 12 years old. So 12 years old, you're almost in that cross section of time between, summer league and development swimming. When they want to go fast, they instinctually turn over more to go fast. Okay, the instincts that you want to grow toward is, as you develop as an overall swimmer, your instinct should be to go to your line, to go back to the line, go back to the line. That's where speed is, in this line. It's not in this scattering or this. It's going back to the line. Even with the fastest flyers, if they hit and grip right away instead of sliding on their line, they're not going to go as fast. They're going to make a lot more splash. You're going to give a lot more effort. You're going to be breathing a lot harder at the end of races. But let's watch you think about that. So what happened there is you were doing really well at the beginning, and you slowly started picking it up more and more. Just find a nice, even place where you can, and every extension with this endless pool, look down at the bottom. You can put your eyeballs on yourself. Okay? Go ahead. All right, it's looking good. All right, we're going to work on Emily now. Her legs were low and her feet were low, so now she's going to add a little flutter kick at the end of her stroke. She's going to take a stroke, extend, and do 6 flutter kicks, and watch how that raises her body line all by itself. She also was pulling back too far, but sometimes that's a product of coming up too high. So watch as she planes off. If she she self-corrects and takes less of a big pull and keeps the hands out in front a little bit more. I think she will. Let's watch. Do a flutter kick, 6 flutter kicks now. So just take her time out front, 6 flutter kicks. Nice long line. Look how her hips come up. Excellent. As compared to last time, that's probably 5 or 6 inches higher. That's a huge difference. She's being patient out front. I like the surfing the hands together. That looks really good. Emily's probably currently probably a double B to maybe an A swimmer. This little stroke correction right here might unlock her to the next level in breaststroke. Okay, now that she's done the 6-beat kick and she's kept her body line on the surface by kicking there, I'm going to challenge her to do it now where she just holds the line, keeps her feet near the surface without the kick. So now she's going to have to make the adjustment with her upper body. So as she extends and lays out, the feet should float up. Sometimes you get them to do it in kind of artificial ways. You take that back away and they can figure it out athletically. So let's see if she can do that. All right. No kicks after, but try to let the legs rise to the surface. Don't be in a hurry. All right. Those hips are definitely coming up a little bit more. She is diving down a hair more, which I don't really mind because she's swimming all in the same stream of water. Good. Good. All right, that's really good. We're going to go one more kind of fun thing. I want you to hook your toes onto this and go backwards. Look in the mirror, and I want you to just go slowly, do your breaststroke pulling pattern. So hook your toes on this. Keep your feet up there. Slow it down a lot more. I want you to pull really slow, real slow and controlled. Okay. Just slow this whole thing down. Just slowed it down a little bit because I wanted to be able to control it. Okay, good. Are you seeing, okay, let go now. Are you seeing on the bottom that you're able to go here and keep those elbows real high? Exactly, and that's what I want you to feel. And when you feel against the resistance, that's that water you want to feel in your stroke. Okay, one more fun thing. Hold the back bench there, and now you're going to kick breaststroke against the current. And what this is going to do, it's going to sensitize the bottom of your feet. You're going to feel moving water going against the bottom of your feet. Okay, it's kind of cool. You hold the bench and you kick facing that way, yep. Anything to try to get them to sensitize a little bit. All right. All right, good. So one more last correction is your knees are coming too far apart when you're kicking breaststroke. I want you to imagine that you have a pool buoy between your legs. You don't actually have to have it. Think about it as if you had a pool buoy between your legs. What would that feel like if you were kicking breaststroke? And kick like that right now. Sometimes just a quick thought like this can do the trick, and that's a lot better. A lot better. All right, that's her new kick right there. Okay. Wow, that is a lot better. Okay, so when you get home, I want you to write that stuff down, and I want you to kick from henceforth. That's your new kick right there. Pretend like you have a pool buoy in. What that's doing is it's keeping your kick inside your hip lines, so it's not going out real wide. Okay, and I want you to go in that pool if you're allowed to. Are they allowed to get in that pool? I want you to go to that pool and swim the little drills we just did, and do it in progression we just did. Okay? Now you can see in her stroke she's swimming very much uphill. Hips are down. It's really good technique overall. Nice compact stroke, but she's swimming way too much uphill, so she's getting a lot of resistance with her body as she gets deeper and deeper. So you just got to learn how to jump on a line, really jump on a line. You actually have an outstanding breaststroke. You just don't know it yet. Is it your best stroke? Okay, it's going to be a good stroke. It may become your best stroke quickly. So all you've got to do, right now when you're swimming breaststroke, you're swimming, the line you're holding is about right here. Okay, we want to swim in that line. And to do that, when you finish your stroke, you've got to stretch and allow your hips to come up. Okay, so we're going to do the same exact drill we did with Emily. So you're going to do breaststroke pull and then 6 flutter kicks to get your feet up on the surface. And just once you get comfortable being on the surface, and a good drill for this too is just flutter kick with a breaststroke pull with a snorkel on, getting used to being here rather than here. A lot of times for breaststroke, getting air becomes a priority, getting air every stroke. And what we want to do is develop the stroke and then figure out how to get air around that. So breaststroke pull with 6 flutter kicks will help get your feet up and get your body in line. You may not come up quite as high to breathe, and that's okay. You want to come forward. You want to come forward, not up to breathe. All right, you can see here that it's already a lot better. But what I want to see is when she extends, I want her to squeeze her goggles and extend that head down a little bit more. Actually has a nice, pretty darn nice catch. Very nice. I'm going to slow it down a little bit more. And what I want you to do is go here. When you extend out and then lay your head all the way down to where you look in that mirror and say hi to yourself. Okay, I want you to look down. You should be squeezing the sides of your goggles. So don't be in a hurry to come back up. Just stay down there for a little bit and then begin your pull and then bring your shoulders up. You don't really breathe with your head in breaststroke, you breathe with your shoulders, okay? All right. Now we got something going on here. Excellent, excellent. Now as you lay out, try to give your lower back time to come to the surface. As you extend, let your lower back have time to come to the surface. So you want to be swimming in about 8 inches of water. Right now you're in about 16 inches of water. Try to get all your swimming done in that 8 inches of water. Okay, go ahead. Oh yeah. Nice. Outstanding. Just keep this. We are looking good. That's just terrific. Just terrific. So, and really a lot of the language I'm using for her is, I want to emphasize, is really profound difference. So I want you to own that and go, yes. Can you do that? Yes. Okay, so that is a huge difference in your stroke. Now do that same thing and do a breaststroke kick, then 6 nice little flutter kicks. Keep your lower back up. And then do another breaststroke kick, and you'll do a stroke. As you extend out, you'll run a nice little 6-beat kick, and that'll keep your body on the surface. Do the same thing with your tilt on the front, and you already have a really nice compact quick kick, so we're not going to mess with that too much. Nice. Gotta speed her up, she's going fast. Nice. Good. Okay, that's really wonderful. Okay, so I'd like for you to, I'm just going to tell you about this, see if you can make the correction off of just me telling you. I could do some drills we could do, but I'm just going to tell you how to do it. And if you can get the correction, we'll just stay with it. As your hands come apart, I want your elbows to stay up longer until your hands come under your elbows. So go here, which is a really awkward position to be in for a swimmer, for a human, because humans want to do this, because we got these big lat muscles that want to fire and pull down. So you're going to want to keep the shoulder muscles engaged, push out here, raise the scapula, that's back here. Raise the scapula and set the high catch here, and let the hand come under the elbow before you pull it all to squeeze in. So out here, hands under the elbows, then hands lead the squeeze. Okay, try that, try that. You listening? This is stuff you can use too. Nice, you made a good correction. Nice. That's a good correction. Now let's try to do that without the flutter kick and see if you can keep your feet high like that, okay? You can see how she's going back to an uphill stroke. So she needs more time in that drill, but I'm going to emphasize to her to glide a little bit longer, let the hips come up. Okay, you kind of went back about 3 steps there, not all the way back to 0, but you went back several steps because you started swimming. Key here is, look, it's a small pull, kick, extend, and glide. Small pull, kick, extend, and glide. So what you're saying to yourself, when you glide, really take time to glide out here. Don't be in a hurry for the next stroke. Okay, you have a nice powerful stroke, do one powerful stroke at a time. Okay, let me just watch that. When you do that, your hips will come up. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, that was actually, I was just trying to pull your head down a little bit. If you'll drop that head all the way down to where you look into the mirror, look into that mirror straight below you, that'll help you. Don't look in the front mirror, the angle mirror. I want you looking at the mirror down below you. I'm actually just pulling your head. Just for a little bit here, let me just kind of pretend like I'm pulling your head down. If you feel this, that means I'm saying stick your neck down more, okay? Good. All right, good. So, I like how you're keeping your head in line, but when you come right here, I want to see a little bit of a tilt this way. I want to see a little bit of movement with your head right here and go boop. Just kind of tuck your chin in a little bit. That'll create a little flow line that I might like a little better. Same thing, remember to glide at the end of every stroke. Don't be in a hurry to take the next stroke. You have a nice kick. Let your kick ride a little bit. We want to swim breaststroke like this, okay, not like this. Okay, so ride it. Okay, small pull, big kick, glide. Small pull, big kick, glide. Okay. Oh, yes, look at that. Wow, that's fantastic. That is fantastic. Good. Great. Keep it up. At some point here, she'll start losing. I'm speeding up. She'll start losing it because she'll start rushing more. So that's pretty good, though. All right. That was awesome looking. That at the end, everything came together. Okay? Once you go out there, well, we got that nice pool out there and go flat water, go through the same progression. You won't have a mirror on the bottom, but go through the same progression until you look like that in that pool. Then do a 50 and count how many strokes it takes you for 50 meters. Goal is to take less strokes and swim in higher water. Okay? Good job.